Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We're building it up, Buttercup baby. Hopefully not to let you down, but I guess inevitably, unless I die before the streak does, that's probably what's going to happen eventually, but hopefully not now. WXHD H7LT. It is LT, fam. We do have a pill, which was infested. We start with the boomerang, which is not great, but not absolutely awful, and our starting stats are okay. 1 HP, 1 Spirit Heart. It's a nice balance, because it does mean that if I don't get hit on this floor, I will automatically have a Spirit Heart that I can use to protect us from a deal with the devil on the next floor. I would rather have 1 Red Heart, 1 Spirit Heart, than have 2 Red Hearts. I mean, there's pluses and minuses. It's not objective. Like, 2 Red Hearts are a lot easier to replenish than 1 Red Heart is, but well, 1 Red Heart and 1 Spirit Heart is, I should say, but at the same time, I like the balance here. I'm just getting that, like, this is a lot better, I think, than having 2 Spirit Hearts, or 3 Spirit Hearts for that matter, or, God forbid, just 1 Red Heart, which is pretty much the absolute worst outcome that you could possibly muster for yourself. Not that you have any control over it in the first place. Just trying to see, you're getting a couple of frame rate hits here, but I don't think it's anything that's in my control. I think maybe the game's just running weird. You never know what kind of backwards, or not backwards, but background processes Steam might get up to here. No, I don't have my Vive on. It's hooked up to Kate's PC. One day maybe we'll do a Vive episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, but people are like, you know, they don't realize you can't just boot up any game in Steam VR. I was going to use this program called Big Screen or a program called Virtual Desktop to set it up, but there's no, to get super inside baseball, apparently there's no API that's reliable in, ooh, Tammy's Head is good, in Windows 7 to grab that graphical information and then display it in a high, what am I going for, high validity format. That's not the word I'm actually looking for, but a reliable format, I suppose. And both of my PCs are on Windows 7. My laptop is on Windows 10, which does allow for big screen play, but laptops oftentimes run their GPU through some like weird other hardware device that prevents the Vive from and you get the idea. It doesn't initialize properly on the laptop, and I looked it up, it's a known issue. Anyway, this is a roundabout way of saying don't expect a VR episode anytime soon, but maybe inevitably when I'm forced to upgrade to Windows 10. By the way, I don't dislike Windows 10 that much, but my general philosophy for my work computer is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Windows 7's working fine. Why upgrade to Windows 10? Well, admittedly, VR compatibility is an issue that makes a lot of sense. You don't need Windows 10 to actually run VR, but to run big screen or virtual desktop you do. Man, all these spacebar items. I think we gotta roll Crystal Ball. As much as I like Tammy's Head, and you know, if you've watched enough episodes, you will know that I like Tammy's Head quite a bit. As much as I like it, though, I think you gotta admit Crystal Ball solves a lot of problems for us right now. It solves the problem of our HP. It gives us mapping. It can give us tarot cards. It may not literally solve the problem of our HP. We'll have to wait and see what we actually get from our outcomes, but so far so good. We're leaving this floor stronger than we found it, although admittedly, not that much stronger. What did we get? I didn't even fight our boss yet. I was like, what did I get from the boss? I did not fight this boss. I would like to get DPS. Whenever I ask for, like, tiers, don't assume that I want tiers more than damage. It's just that there's so few damage upgrades from bosses, and there's way more tiers upgrades. You know, toothpicks, just toothpicks. No, toothpicks, coat hanger, screw, ooh, blue cap, etc., etc. For damage, you can get Steven, but it's, like, super rare. You can get growth hormones, you can get blood clot, but tiers seem to be more prevalent. Could have proved me right there if you wanted to. You know what? We did get a tiers increase by way of that experimental treatment. I don't know how it affected our damage. It does seem like maybe it's lowered our range a little bit. Just gonna start off by going into this room. Hopefully it gives me a battery charge. I think it may have actually lowered our damage as well. But mostly, you know, experimental treatment, as long as it doesn't fuck with my HP or make it so I literally, like, have to take 20 shots to kill even the most basic of enemies, I tend to be tend to be relatively okay with it because the syringe is the big money rustler there, without a doubt. If anything, it makes Abel a little bit more functional. So I'll take it. It doesn't really change Abel's attributes, but it does change how its attributes stack up with our attributes. Like, now Abel isn't the little dog on the block. He's the medium-sized dog going, hey, let me do medium-sized dog things, like not getting beaten up when the fish bones come out of the gut. There's always fish bones in these old Disney movies. Okay, where there's dogs. We don't need mapping anymore, because we have the mind. So that takes away one... genuinely, oh fuck. I should have just death carded. We could have saved ourselves there. Takes away one reason to have the mines. But I'm still stoked. Oh Lord. Please give me the battery charge. I don't think it will, but we might as well try. I'm still happy mostly to have the crystal ball. As long as it gives me the occasional spirit hearts, and when I'm all tapped out on spirit hearts, if it could hook me up with the most delicious tarot cards the world has ever seen, sign me up. Ooh, baby, I love your way. It's the Lover's card. Well, you've been basically a pile of hot shit on this floor. I guess we should have saved this in case we went to our second secret room, and then we could have used it. Does the Lover's card give you whatever heart is on the second secret room? Like, if there's Eternal Hearts, will it give you 2 Eternal Hearts? Like Hematemesis does? Or will it still just give us 2 red hearts? My expectation is that it probably just gives us 2 red hearts regardless, but it might be worth testing if we get the chance in the future. The fact that I've never been yelled at before about it, to the best of my memory, tells me that this probably is not the way that it works, but that's okay. This is the real piss off, is when you're not doing enough damage to knock out the ooze reliably. Ooh. Not that kind of ooze. That's exactly what I was looking for. I kind of hoped we'd have a spirit heart attached to it, but getting small rock is going to really amp up our ability to deal damage here. We pretty much, if we want to deal with the devil, full stop. Oh god, that was... How did I shoot behind... You know what? It was Abel. It's my bad for placing it there while shooting, but still, that's a bit of a bummer. If we want to deal with the devil that we can actually take here, full stop, we should just not get hit. Not because it's going to remove our deal with the devil, but because it's going to remove the extra buffer HP we have after taking the cheapest deal with the devil. Could get HP from the boss. We could get a spirit heart from the boss, or we could have a deal with the devil that gives us HP. But in order to give us a 100% chance, we'd have to just not take damage, which is exactly what happened. Look, I love Mega as much as the next guy, and it's a golden gift that it showed up here. But I think that Empty Vessel is going to be more fun for now. And I guess we could have taken both, now that I think about it. I always forget that Empty Vessel actually gives you some spirit hearts, but we're in the, like, unfortunate position of literally having just had a Mega run. So let's mix it up a little bit here. Instead of buying the spirit heart, let's buy the battery charge. And I'm not going to worry about a bomb or a key right now. And we'll just use the crystal ball on the next floor and hope that it gives you mapping. What are you talking about, son? I'm talking to myself as if I'm my own father. That's how stupid that mistake was. We could get a tarot card that we like, though. Ooh. And 5 cents for 2 bombs? It's not the worst trade in the world. In fact, it's actually... It's better than market value. How's that for some dadliness? But, we're not going to use it just yet. Hopefully we'll get even more bombs out of it. But the thing is, we would have gotten the charge anyway. That was dumb. By and large, though, I'm pretty happy with the way this run is going. It'd be hard to be mad. Experimental treatment, small rock, empty vessel, even latchkey, pretty good. The mind, amazing, especially if we can get black candle to ensure that we can actually always make it work. Sure, we could have had Mega. But, love is never having to say you're sorry, and if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, then you know. Unless it's dictated entirely by probability, in which case you're ascribing meaning to something that probably doesn't have any to begin with anyway. Wrath. This is good, because we will probably get bombs here. Alright, so already we're back to 2 bombs. Which is where we start, so it might not seem like that big of a deal, but you gotta go through 0 bombs first, or you gotta go through 1 bomb first, I should say. We used the bomb, got a spirit heart, and the bomb. I think it's pretty clear at this point, in case you haven't noticed for yourself, that our damage is actually, like, really not good. And it's not just that these guys are tanky. I mean, they sort of are, but not to a large extent. I would really like a very balanced item for us here that is not too overpowered, but would provide us with a lot of benefit would be Mysterious Liquid. You know, enemies that rush us down are a big problem because we're not doing enough damage to be able to position our... Pardon me. I ate a granola bar just before this. This granola gets stuck in my throat, man. We're not able to position ourselves nicely to be able to hit them from an aggressive position, if that makes sense. So having something that puts creep on the ground to do a lot more damage to them while they're, you know, en route to our faces would be solid. Okay, we got an extra Spirit Heart there. Dead Sea Scrolls is pretty bad. Figured we'd roll the dice once. I think they gave us Book of Shadows, or sorry, Book of Secrets there. We'll use one bomb to get into our secret room, but if we like what's going on in our shop, then we'll want to use a key, because we're a little low on bombs, and moreover, I'd like to keep my bombs if possible. You know, I'd like to keep my bombs high today, so just use a key and I'll have it made. That's, Bind Melon. Binding of Isaac, you get it? Bind Melon? This could be worse. You gotta admit, you chuckled a little bit. Whoa! Okay. 1024. Boss rush, not looking super likely at this point. But really, if we get like HP here, or a syringe, I'll be very happy, especially if we get a deal with the devil, or like a demon judgment or something that we could conceivably finagle a second syringe from. Ooh, wow, that's actually very surprising. We got piercing shots from our second secret room. And hematemesis, okay. I'll use 2 bombs for this, I don't care. Let's do it. Another hematemesis. Obviously, we're gonna keep our 2 of clubs instead of hematemesis, but we might be able to get value out of both. And what was the other thing in here? The battery? Sure, why not? We might not stick with the, we might not stick with the crystal ball for the remainder of our life here. Might as well mix it up a little bit. Sure, you know what? Give me like an extra 13% deal with the devil chance or whatever you do. This is even more money. Well, at least it gives us a chance to get an arcade on the next floor. I don't think there's anything else I want to buy on this floor. Maybe a deal with the devil, or sorry, maybe a Spirit Heart to finance deals with the devil, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, personally. We're at 6 HP, so we could definitely take 1 deal, possibly 2, depending on what they are and what we get right here, but we have to get a deal first, which is less likely than not getting a deal. Again, never a good sign when, you know, you're fighting the Forsaken, who's one of the least tanky enemies in the game, and you're having a little bit of trouble here putting him away. But Empty Vessel Invincibility has given us easy win here. Picked up HP. I guess we'll head down to the next floor. Ooh, slow run, but building some good stuff. Probably should open that, but let's check out our cursed room first. 2 black cards. Let's do 1 room in this direction. We do have an arcade, too. Let's do 1 room in this direction. Oh, I ruined Empty Vessel every time, man. I get Empty Vessel so rarely that I'm like, why would I want to not have HP? Yera, so we will use 2 of clubs. Let's take Yera. We could use it here, but I don't think it's the right call. Oh, for some reason I thought there were 3 golden chests in there. Obviously, for 1 golden chest, we don't want to use Yera. My own shots, thankfully, pass through bombs, because why would I ever want to use my own tiers to like push bombs around or something like that? But Abel, you know, is Mike Tyson in his prime. 1 shot from Abel sends the bomb flying across the fucking room. This is not going to be a boss rush run. It's not a bad run. In fact, it's actually... Oh, I thought I was off to the side there. In fact, it's a pretty good start, all things considered, but we are lacking in the damage department, and we're lacking enough that I do worry that if we don't pick up better stuff soon, it's going to be a rough time. You know, it's cute to not have very much damage maybe on the catacombs too, or caves too, but once you get to the point where you're like trying to get through the womb with this kind of damage, and we've had to do it before, it creates a bad situation. Now, having mapping is nice. It means there's not too many rooms that we well, let's put it this way, there's less rooms we have to do, And if we have enough bombs, we can just bomb our way through them, but we may not have bombs because we'll be using them to do damage against bosses. And we can find ourselves in, like, the true Isaac death spiral, which is the ender of streaks worldwide. You got low damage. You take more damage as a result of having low damage because you're playing aggressively, trying to kill enemies faster than you should probably worry about. That was not very good right there, as you can probably guess. No empty vessel here? I thought maybe we'd get lucky. And then you find a deal with the devil and you go, oh, the pact. I'll give up whatever HP I have to get the pact. And then the pact benefits you, but not enough to compensate for the fact that you gave him like half of your HP. And now you got no HP and no damage. And you're in a bad spot. Luckily, I guess, we have Crystal Ball, which will go a long way towards mitigating that, hopefully. That was just awful, awful dodging. Can we get a secret room that actually contains something that's not an enemy that wants me dead? Because so far that's been like, it's not been the big problem on this run, but it's been an annoyance for sure that half of my bombs have gone to give me the privilege of pushing a button that fucks me in the butt when I do it. Okay, throw a bomb down here. We got a nickel back. You know what? I think we should actually grab this and use it. And we got Stars card. We can save a key as a result. We get a fly item. Assuming Hive Mind counts as a fly item, which admittedly I don't know whether or not it does, but if it does, we actually got pretty close to Beelzebub here. Mind you, we already have empty vessels, so we don't necessarily 100% need another ability to fly, but this one would be a transformation, so it couldn't be taken away from me. Either way, it's a positive that we got an item. I don't really care about our second secret room. We're going to be holding our Yera rune to go down here, and we got quite the puzzle box to work around. We're starting to make some headway, but I'd like to be moving a little faster here, if possible. I get jonesing on slow runs, you know? I'm like 16 minutes. I should be on at least the depths of 1 by now. And mind you, we're not too far behind that, but I'm wondering, you know, it's 2016, where's my hoverboards, where's my flying car, etc., etc. Flatworm. Well, we don't have a trinket, so that's fine. The stain. We actually did crazy damage there with the obsessed fan, which is not a common sentiment. Normally that item tends to be not... Oh, I dodged right into it. Tends to be not extremely good. That dodging, man. But it did a lot for us there. Okay, sure. Take the tears up and the shot speed down, and then... I was gonna say hopefully we'll be able to, you know, deposit some of our HP here and get back to empty vessel levels, but that's okay. When it comes to empty vessel, you know, if you've got HP, you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound, right? 1 HP, 2 HP, game don't care. Might as well take the extra HP for potential leveraging for survival purposes later, or, you know, deal with the devil later as well. Now we got more fuel for deals with the devil. And of course, lump of coal is what we want there. I'm going to try to be a smart player for the first time in a while, and I'm actually going to do some due diligence. And we're going to come back here. This is, again, like we have the fuel to win. It's like we got a wood stove. We don't have electric heating, so we got to chop wood. And we're like, I don't want to chop wood. You know what? I guess we should consider ourselves lucky that we have the physical ability to chop wood. We got trees around us. We can keep ourselves warm. You know, a lot of runs, you don't have that. You're living in a tent in the middle of, you know, Juneau, Alaska, freezing to death. Metaphorically speaking, of course. That being said, man, I'd like if you could give me like a barbecue lighter or something so I could set up a campfire, you know? Yeah, I watch Discovery Channel shows sometimes. I really wish I hadn't walked into that enemy, but we got a spirit heart back from that room. We didn't really get a spirit heart for getting hit, but I'm going to choose to think of it that way for my own well-being. We are almost killing these enemies as fast as I would be comfortable with. Not happy with, but comfortable with. We're getting there slowly but surely. Plenty of keys. Again, if we're focusing on the positives strictly here, loving these extra keys. Isaac's Heart, that's just a classic good one. Great, just an all-time club banger. Isaac's Heart. You know, everybody that plays Isaac is like, oh man, I'm so happy I have Isaac's Heart. Now, admittedly, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get like the razor blade or something and really swing this, but I'm skeptical. Hi, skeptical, I'm Dad. No! We're not doing this, okay? And a greed fight in our secret room. I mean, with Steam sale, I'd like to buy things. If you just give me money, that's also fine. I guess I can't be too disappointed here. But the shop otherwise kind of sucks. I think I'll buy just the Spirit Heart. And again, Hematemesis I'm not going to carry with us. We'll probably do our Mob Trap room. Just slowly hitting like every available potential advantage in the hopes that, you know, we swing Guppy's head or I don't even know what else. Out of the golden chest, I guess a goat head would be sick. But there's any variety of items can contribute to our success. It doesn't just have to be one that immediately gives us the win. Actually, I gotta say, Lump of Coal, even though our shot speed is low and our effective range as a result is not amazing, Lump of Coal's doing a lot of good work right now. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Now, I am gonna go to our curse room. You never know, sometimes Guppy's a little bit of a late bloomer. Sometimes Guppy's looking in the mirror saying, why do all the other boys have big muscles and I'm over here looking like I'm 8 years old? You'll get there too, Guppy, but you gotta start now, please. Like, give me an item. I believe that our boss room is over in this direction. So I am going to kind of rush this a little bit just so I don't end up doing rooms that I'm not necessarily invested in. Not that we have a chance at boss rush with 1 second left anyway. Hold up, Brain, what are you doing here? Oh no, it didn't have to be in this way. Because there is there's a room up near the top here. That's weird though that we have to go down to get to the secret room. Like, we don't actually... Wait, what? I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that our boss room was down in that direction. A little bit of a brain fart. You'll have to excuse me. I don't know, I don't have a good excuse, but you just have to excuse me, that's the law. Everybody gets one excuse a month, I'm gonna take this one. And if you're saying, well, you just had one 2 days ago. Hey, it just turned June over here. I can have as many as I want right now. Again, plenty of cash. And nothing to really spend it on. But normally those rooms can be good. All you gotta do is get a cricket's head or something like that. Okay, bait him and then evaporate him. Doesn't really make any sense. Sounds like a horrible, like, science fiction way to die. Where are we using this Yera rune? Well, the chest would be the best. But you protest, at my behest. It takes too long, you surely jest, to find yourself up on the chest. I don't know, I just felt like breaking it down, musically speaking. Mostly because we're at 21 minutes here, and we're finishing the Depths 1, which is just, well, it's Appetite for Destruction. Sadly, the restaurant's closed, so we can only order off the bar menu. It's, oh my God, 3 HP. You see it, we're getting caught in the death spiral, man. We got less HP than we used to, and no damage. It's starting to all fall the fuck apart. Okay, we can't actually... Oh, I hate it. That's alright, we got Crystal Ball coming back in a second. Suicide King, that's a good card, yeah, thanks. This is fine, this is fine. Okay, it's still fine. Just get these guys out of my way, thank you. Okay, we're good. Don't take damage at the end of this. This would be the worst. No bombs, please, no blue fires. No blue fires, okay, so we're gonna break even coming in here, except we get an extra charge on the Crystal Ball, so we did a little bit better than breaking even in here. Now, fear this room a great deal. There you go, you baited him. A little dicey. I'd love to hit that. That didn't come out right. I was just looking at a big juicy baseball. Jose Batista the shit out of it. Okay, thank you for that. Please, no more HP without deals with the devil. No taxation without representation. No more deals with the devil. No wait, no more HP without deals with the devil. You didn't let me finish. I was just excited to be making a snappy slogan. Okay, Hierophant is sick. Daddy Longlegs is awesome. This has been a very valuable little tiny floor here for us to get started with. Now we do have a double key room of some sort up here, and our shop is in this direction as well, so we'll be making a genuine effort to get over here. And a red heart I can't use, that's okay. No bombs because, you know, we gave you a 2 of bombs 8 floors ago. A 2 of bombs. We gave you a 2 of clubs 2 floors ago, so you should just go back and get that. You should have used that better. Okay, this is a great room. 5 batteries. We got 3 spirit hearts, a chaos card, and a death card. The spirit hearts are really all that's valuable there, but they're only... The other ones are only not valuable because I need to keep my Yarrow rune. I mean, we could use a death card on this room or the next room. Doesn't really matter. Maybe it saves us half a spirit heart, but hopefully not. Yeah, the chaos card, I just can't use it, really. Gotta keep the Yarrow rune. Joker? 2 of hearts. Man, what are you trying to do to me here? I'm gonna take the pill, even. Range up. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. Let's wedge ourselves back here. We got 40 cents. We're not going to be able, unless we have an arcade, which we do not, we're not going to be able to go to that boss trap room. This is around the point at which we won our last run, but I guess we shouldn't compare every run to our last run, because we did find ourselves, you know, having Mega and the Halo to start with. Probably almost as much damage as we're doing, like, right now, without being too overly dramatic about it. Maybe I should have just picked up no HP. Still would have empty vessel, makes consumable life a little easier, makes dodging a little easier. But you can understand my master plan was, hey, pick up the HP because you'll probably be able to trade it in at some point. We're only on the depths too, so we've only whiffed on like a couple deals with the devil. One of them had Krampus and then 2 of them didn't show up. Big whoop, right? Like we don't have too much control over that. Certainly not enough to complain about bad RNG yet. You know, we'll wait until the end of the run and then see how that works out. Another 2 of hearts card, hilarious. Hematemesis, hilarious. We can't even get into our second secret room. There we go, another spirit heart is good. Alright, defeat mom will be at like 26:30 maybe by the time we get down to the next floor. There's a bomb. Oh, and a spirit heart we can't use. So we've gotten like 9 spirit hearts on this floor. Big ups to that double key room for helping to make that happen in a big way. Oh, there you go, try to get the double shot through there, and I ain't talking about no dang espresso. Back it up a little bit. I know that we can't get an item here, except from a deal with the devil, but I'd really like a cube of meat if you could manage to... Oh, just no deal with the devil either. What did I do to deserve a deal with the devil? It's not like I've been begging for it. No big deal. Down to the next floor, we can see our HP and we can see where we're going. These are 2 important pieces of the pie for sure. Guess I should have been picking up those red hearts back there. Or using the 2 of hearts cards for that matter. I'm gonna save a bomb for potential tinted rock action. I don't think a secret room is likely to contain what I need. It could contain some good stuff though. Like if it gave me pyro, that's amazing. The odds of us getting pyro I think are fairly low. Or Black Lotus, or, you know, Skeleton Key, which isn't even that useful necessarily anymore. Sure, let's take Lucky Toe. I don't know fully how it works, but I do know that I would like I'd like to get more consumable drops. More chest drops on the chest in particular, and I do think we've got a pretty good chance to live long enough to actually make that work for us. Mostly because of our, crystal ball here, which I really can't be mad about. Like, earlier I was like, man, maybe we should have stuck with Tammy's head. Nah, I think in this situation, Foresight was 2020. Please stop doing the one that creates creep. I can't get in there. Getting rid of Tammy's head and taking Crystal Ball was definitely the choice that ended up working out for the best for us. Not a difficult fight there. And we did get a deal with the devil. I'll probably take whatever they got. We got growth hormones, which is 6, speed plus damage, 1 syringe away from actually being able to have spun, and we almost got the empty vessel. We're 1 HP away. Like, if we lose that HP, we'll get empty vessel. But we picked up the Pact, which is an awesome standalone item in its own right. And now, look at this. Doors are opening up left, right, and center. Sometimes you just gotta live long enough to let Isaac actually do the hard work for you. And we might be at that point right now. We'll try this out. Yeah, there you go. Man, Steven does not show up very often. But I will be very pleased to have it. And all of a sudden, you know, I'm trying not to take it for granted, but we've got some slightly better damage here. Our tiers actually look worse, but that's only because we got rid of Flatworm. And getting rid of Flatworm made our tiers much narrower, which has made them appear to be weaker, but they're actually, you know, many times stronger. And I think I do mean that when I say many times stronger. At least, you know, a high factor of strength associated with them now. Ooh, it's a 2 of diamonds. Well, money equals power is an incredible pickup for us now if we're lucky enough to get it, but the odds are not fantastic. I'm not going to give it... Well, you know what? We should give a shit about the 11th key. I probably will not end up fighting Hush. We might be able to qualify for it, but even if we qualify, you know, it's not just an honor to be invited in this situation. What are you thinking? Get out of this hellhole. Oh my god. I don't know why we came down that way. Do we have Curse of the Maze? We do. So it had teleported me and I got confused. Don't go back. You can never go back. Oh, I don't understand what happened to our love. Oh, when I get you back, I'm gonna show you what I made glove. See, the glove songs is still happening. It's an album where I replace glove with, or I replace love with glove. I wanna make glove in this glove. Hey, in this glove. I wanna make glove in this glove. Said you're looking for a tailor who can hold you down and treat you right. Yeah. I was gonna go back for that key. That's what I was going back for. I'm not gonna go back for that key now. I'll go back for this key. It's right here. It's not really going back. In fact, it's in many ways moving laterally, if not forward. Golden Horseshoe is effectively worthless right now. Okay, good work. Why walk into that enemy? Oh, the Hierophant. Okay, somebody up there is being pretty nice to me right now. Unless we get a deal with the devil that transforms us into Guppy immediately. And even still, in that case, I don't know if it's a lock, but there will be very, very unlikely odds of me becoming Guppy here. I'll just tell you that much straight up. Very unlikely odds of me fighting a Hush right here. If you're holding out to see me fight Hush, flip to the last episode or the next episode in the playlist, man, because this one is not built for it right now. I'll tell you that much. There's not even a deal with the devil. All right. Well, what are we holding out for here? Honestly, we're in the Cobalt Zone, the zone where you can just win the game with good play. That's a great place to be. For some people, the Cobalt Zone is wider than it is for others. For me, I'm in my own Cobalt Zone right now. If I play well, this should be a fairly comfortable win. However, if we're looking to make it, make the margin of error even lower on this run, and I usually am, basically it comes down to the quality of the items we get on the Yara. Because, you know, there's an outside chance we can get a Joker card or something like that here, and we could use this Joker card to accomplish great things. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But it's got to show up before I really lend it too much mind share, you know? Mind share! Dude, it's been so long since XCOM Enemy Within. I forgot about that. Mind Fray! Was that Enemy Within or was that XCOM 2? I think that was Enemy Within. Chris, what was his name? Is the magician's name Chris Angel? I've been saying Chris Gaines so much. Hold up. Chris Angel. Yeah, that's him. Christopher Nicholas Sarantakos. Better know. It's probably not the way it's pronounced. I'm not trying to say that he's made of tacos. He actually looks like he keeps himself in pretty good shape, so I'm not going to insult him. But he's better known by his stage name, Chris Angel, in case you didn't know that. Well, if there is another Yara rune here, we should Yara every other rune. There is another Yara rune. And we'll pick this one up and just... Onsus. Oh, God. Algiz. Onsus. Awaz. Was. We should use the Algiz rune for something, but I'm not going to because I'm, quite frankly, just lazy about it. We'll come over here and, you know, murder all these enemies, and then we'll go fight the boss, and we are roughly at the same amount of HP that we had, even still, we're roughly at the same amount of HP that we had when we started this floor. Certainly below average play on this floor in particular, but Again, we're semi-well insulated from the true dangers of a bad Isaac run, so all we need is to not play like shit, and we probably have like 4 things that need to happen at once for us to lose. We need to play like shit, we need Crystal Ball to pay out with some garbage, instead of paying out with Spirit Hearts, even semi-consistently, and then we need to either forget to use the Yara Rune, or for the chests from the Yara Rune to be shit. Now, each one of those probably has like a 30% chance associated with it, so it's not unlikely standalone. Together, it's pretty unlikely. You know, if it's a 3% chance, or sorry, if it's a 30% chance each, you know, 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 is like 0.027 or something like that. So we have like a 2.7% chance for those all to happen. But, you know, we can influence those odds by just not playing like garbage as well, hopefully. So far, so bad. I mean, I've gotten hit 3 times on the Isaac fight, but that's the kind of thing that happens when I'm unhappy with my damage. Hopefully, we don't completely eat shit when we get down here. Come on. Hook me up. Good stuff. Damage. Curse of the Blind. Well, we're not going to know until we know. No soy milks, please. 2 first. Lost contact. With piercing shots, is fine. Scorpio, again, it's fine. Slightly better than okay. Mystery Sack. Can be good. Telepathy for Dummies. Effectively worthless here. We've improved. Not by much, but we've improved. Miter. Pretty good item. Maybe even really good item down here. Bob's Brain. I'm fine with that. Remote Detonator, happy to have 5 extra bombs, but otherwise pretty shitty. Mom's Wig, it's okay. So, in the end, I'd say we mostly, we probably did a little bit below average here, but the Miter's potentially really good. Bob's Brain is going to be useful, and Piercing plus Shielded Tears or Poison plus Shielded Tears, I should say, is fine. Spider Babby is pretty terrible, but we do have Hive Mind, so it helps out disproportionately so. I knew it. Going in opposite fucking directions, so I can't even dodge it. That's HP that we can, you know, ill afford to lose at this point. By the way, I'm not saying it's below average relative to other chests. It's below average relative to what I would expect to get from 8 chests. Not below average from what I would expect to get to 4. If I got Miter, Bob's Brain, Poison Tears, and Shielded Tears from a chest, I'd probably be like, yeah, that's pretty good. But it's just because we got those other, like, 3 or 4 items that were not very solid in there that kind of, you know, brought the average down in general. But we still did, you know, on an absolute level, improve probably in an above-average fashion. But you don't want your Yara Room to give you an above-average fashion. You want it to win you the game, you know? The Sun card effectively does 0 for us, except it's a Death card. So, would I be excited to get a Death card at this point? Probably not. If we had more HP, which actually shows up with quite a high incidence rate on the chest, I'd be more excited, but sure, there you go. We picked up an extra Spirit Heart. All we need to get more HP is to have a good chance of coming across like a Gluttony, for example. But for now, I think we're going to coast to the finish line here. It's not going to be like a particularly incredibly strong run, but it's it looks like it's going to be a somewhat comfortable win. Although I'd be a lot more comfortable if we had, you know, any means to do consistent damage. Anyway, yeah, let's just dodge right through his beam. A little bit of a defeatist dodge in there. Throw a bomb down in our second secret room. Hope for like a black heart or something. Eternal Heart is fine as well. And the black bean is basically completely useless. I think on this floor it's in our best interest to pop the Sun card. Hope that we get a kill. And we did. And we might as well take our battery charge and use it. Devil? Temperance? Well, let's blow it up. Hope we get something better. 2 cents and a Spirit Heart. Okay, the Spirit Heart is very valuable. Everything else there, fairly inconsequential. But, you know, Shielded Tears do work really well against bullet hell bosses, so the shots come in at kind of an angle, but as you can see, we're doing a really good job of shutting him down here. We could just land the Bob's Brain. Daddy Longlegs is doing work. Okay, in the end, it turned out fine, but there were some times where that run looked a little dicey, and it took forever. I mean, 36 minutes for an Isaac run is pretty okay, but the early stages took way too goddamn long for my taste, but it's still a good run. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.